How I learned English on my own, and how you can too. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Practical English Stories. Today I'm going to share something very special with you, how I learned English all by myself, and how you can do it too. I didn't go to any language schools, I didn't have a private tutor, and I didn't spend a lot of money on expensive courses. I learned English on my own, step by step. And guess what? You can do it too. When I first decided to learn English, I felt nervous. I asked myself, can I really do this alone? It seemed scary because I didn't know where to start. But over time, I discovered that learning English by yourself isn't just possible. It can be fun, exciting, and incredibly rewarding. In this video, I'll tell you how I started, what strategies helped me, the challenges I faced, and the tips that will help you succeed too. So stay with me until the end, because I'll be sharing my best advice for self-learners like you. Why I wanted to learn English. I didn't wake up one day and randomly decide, hey, I'll learn English today. I had strong reasons for learning English. It wasn't just a hobby, it was something I needed to do. English is everywhere, in movies and music, on the internet, in books and articles. At first I thought I could live without it, but little by little I started to realize how much I was missing. 1. Watching movies without subtitles. I remember watching a Hollywood movie, super excited, but I couldn't understand a thing without subtitles. I felt frustrated because I wanted to enjoy the film fully, not just read the text at the bottom of the screen. I thought, what if I could watch this without subtitles? What if I could understand everything just by listening? That idea motivated me. 2. Understanding song lyrics. I love music, but back then, I could only enjoy the melody. I had no idea what the lyrics meant. My favorite artists were singing their hearts out, and I didn't know what they were saying. I used to hum along pretending I knew the words. But deep down, I wanted more. I wanted to feel the meaning behind the lyrics. That's when I realized learning English would connect me to the music I love. 3. Reading books and articles online. There were so many interesting books and articles I wanted to read, but they were all in English. I had to depend on translations, which weren't always accurate. It felt limiting. I remember thinking, what if I could read these books in their original language? It wasn't just about reading, it was about understanding the author's true voice, without anything lost in translation. 4. A life-changing moment. One day I watched an interview with my favorite football player. There were no subtitles and I could only understand a few words. That was the moment I said to myself, enough, I'm going to learn English. How I started learning English alone. At first, I had no idea what to do. I didn't have a teacher, no classes, no roadmap. But I knew one thing. I wasn't going to give up. Kakon. Starting small, I began with simple steps, watching easy English videos with subtitles, reading short stories for beginners, listening to English songs and trying to catch words. Even though I didn't understand everything, I kept going. Slowly, things started to click. 2. Speaking to myself. Since I had no one to practice with, I spoke to myself. Yes, it felt a bit weird at first, but it really helped me build confidence. I'd describe my day in English, talk about objects around me, practice simple conversations out loud. This helped me think in English, which is a big step in language learning. 3. Keeping a vocabulary notebook. Whenever I learned a new word, I wrote it down in a notebook. But I didn't just write the word, I also wrote a simple sentence using it. This made it easier to remember. For example, instead of just writing apple, I'd write, I eat an apple every morning. 4. Learning through music. I listened to my favorite English songs, looked up the lyrics, and sang along. This helped me improve my pronunciation and vocabulary. Plus, it was fun. 5. Watching children's shows. Children's shows are great for beginners because they use simple language. Shows like Peppa Pig or Dora the Explorer helped me learn basic phrases, the challenges I faced, and how I overcame them. Learning English alone wasn't always easy. I faced many challenges. 1. Lack of confidence. I was scared of making mistakes. I worried that people would laugh at me if I spoke incorrectly. But I realized that mistakes are part of the learning process. The more I practiced, the more confident I became. In fact, I learned that every mistake was a lesson. Every time I said something wrong, I got closer to saying it right. 2. Understanding fast speech. Native speakers talk fast, and at first I couldn't keep up. To improve, I started watching videos with English subtitles, pausing when needed, and repeating what I heard. Shadowing helped too. I'd listen to a sentence, pause the video, and repeat it exactly the same way. This improved my listening and speaking skills at the same time. 3. Staying motivated. Some days I felt like giving up. Progress felt slow, but I reminded myself why I was learning English. For better opportunities, travel, and personal growth. To stay motivated, I celebrated small wins. Understanding a full sentence in a movie. Learning 10 new words, having a simple conversation in English. The methods that worked for me. Over time, I discovered the best ways to learn English on my own. 1. Reading short stories. Reading helped me see how words and sentences are used in real situations. I started with simple stories and gradually moved to more complex texts. I also read stories out loud. This improved my pronunciation and helped me get comfortable with English sounds. 2. Watching English content. I watched movies, YouTube videos, and TV shows in English. First with subtitles, then without. This improved both my listening and speaking skills. Documentaries were especially helpful because they often use clear, formal language. 3. Using language apps were great for learning vocabulary and grammar. They made learning feel like a game, which kept me motivated. 4. Speaking every day. Even if I had no one to talk to, I practiced speaking out loud. Over time, I became more fluent and confident. Sometimes I even recorded myself speaking. Then I'd listen back to hear my mistakes and improve. 5. Writing regularly. I kept a journal where I wrote about my day, my thoughts, and my goals. Writing helped me practice grammar and expand my vocabulary. My daily English routine. To stay consistent, I created a simple daily routine. Morning, listening to English podcasts or audiobooks while having breakfast. Afternoon, reading short stories or articles, writing new words in my notebook, and practicing writing simple paragraphs. Evening, watching movies or videos in English, repeating sentences out loud, and speaking to myself about my day. On weekends, I'd review what I learned during the week. Tips for learning English on your own. If you're learning English by yourself, here are my best tips. 1. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Begin with simple activities and build from there. 2. Be consistent. Practice every day, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes. 3. Use free resources. There's so much free content online: YouTube, podcasts, articles, apps. 4. Speak without fear. Don't worry about mistakes. The more you speak, the better you'll get. 5. Stay motivated. Remind yourself why you're learning English. Celebrate small victories. 6. Record yourself. Listen to your own voice. It helps you hear your progress. 7. Immerse yourself. Surround yourself with English. Change your phone settings. Think in English. And expose yourself to the language as much as possible. Final words. Looking back, I'm so proud of my journey. Learning English was one of the best decisions I ever made. It wasn't easy, but it was totally worth it. If I could do it, so can you. No matter where you're from, how old you are, or how much experience you have, you can learn English on your own. Just take it one step at a time and never give up. Are you ready to start your English journey? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next video.